I know what you're thinking. Is the title of this video a clickbait? Partially yes. Short premise: a month ago, decided to run a marathon. Uh, I've been practicing only for 3 weeks, successfully there and there, trying to be consistent. And the marathon is going to be tomorrow. Sorry, I should have mentioned not full marathon, but half marathon, 13.1 mile. I could run 26 probably, but I want to finish at least one marathon in my life. I don't want to, at the end of like running 26, I don't want to be cosplaying Walter White at the end of the Breaking Bad show, laying down on the ground and not breathing. I'm gonna right now play like a montage of me practicing some maybe fighting moments and maybe a little bit from the marathon itself. And then we're gonna jump to aftermath and I'm gonna share my feelings, my experience, some details, and how basically the whole process been. Stay tuned. See you in a few seconds. It's about 5 miles in. I don't know what the fuck I am. Looks like I'm stuck on some kind of island. And the worst part is I really want to take a shit. It's pushing the bottom. Maybe I'm gonna find a place on the next stop because I gotta do it. Now I'm running through a Silent Hills city, Silent Hill town. Like nobody's on the street. I still want to take a massive shit, but there's like 3 miles left, so I'm just gonna go and just gonna go through it.
See Ben coming in. Ben from Ventura and Dawn from Bernie.
Let's go!
And today's sponsor, as usual, my favorite drink. Let's do it. Let's run it again. 13.1. Easy. Let's go.
Go.
Okay. Guys, what can I say? It's better than sex, for sure. No. In all seriousness, fucked up, hard. I don't want to do this again. I'm dying, alright? I did it. I made it. Right here. The proof is right here. I want to celebrate first with my favorite drink. So, I initially had an idea for this video, but then I completely forgot it. So now, and this video is long time due. Initially, I was supposed to record myself right after the marathon, right? But then I was dying for the next couple of days. We're gonna get to it. But basically, I was physically not capable of doing that. And then I just decided that let me wait until my pain is gonna go away. And it took me like a couple weeks. So now it's been like 2 weeks since the marathon happened. And I'm gonna share some of my thoughts and everything on the process of preparation and some other stuff. I came up with some questions from ChatGPT. I was like, okay, why not just make ChatGPT just write down the questions for me so I could just respond to them, you know? Like, first of all, just to remind you, I ran a marathon almost with no preparation. Like, my preparation time was 3 weeks. Out of those 3 weeks, only two were like super active. Like the first 2 weeks were super active, And the last 2 weeks, they were kind of a little bit passive and more of a like, whatever I had time or not. Just open the door. What's wrong with you? Sorry, my cat wants to. Back to it. My cat wants to go to the bathroom. I consider that to be almost with no preparation. Keep in mind, I never was like a super runner. I never like actually like actively run. So I consider myself like almost like having no training, especially for my legs. I would kind of avoid that at the gym. Let me just go over the questions that something might be interesting for you, for the people that wants to start doing that. I decided not to come up with the questions, so I was like, let me just ask ChatGPT maybe something, the most frequent questions that might people ask potentially. Too lazy, you know, I'm just lazy person overall. One of the questions like, what made you sign up in the first place? Nothing, curiosity. Like basically, I heard from one of my coworkers that, oh, they're going to be running a marathon. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Can I do it? And my coworker said, yes, you probably can, though you have about a month. Like it's coming soon. I like potentially you can do it, but you're probably going to struggle a lot. And I was like, okay, I bet. So there's no reason besides just I never did it before. I noticed that it's like a lot of people doing that right now. Like a lot of people actually like the rise of David Goggins, you know, sort of the David Goggins is like everywhere. Did you ever want to quit mid race? What kept you going? Yes. No. Okay. Not quit. No. Actually, wrong. I didn't want to quit, but I did want to stop. Like, sort of. Instead of running, I wanted to switch to walking only and just finish walking. Sort of. I was thinking, I'm gonna finish it regardless of anything. Like if I have to walk, I will be walking. But at the same time, I set the goal for myself personally. I'm gonna be running the entire time. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna be running as much as I can. And walking is gonna be equal for me to taking a break. And I told myself I'm not gonna take breaks. So I was running actually. Oh, I should have said. This is the most important thing that I should have said. Half marathon. I was running half marathon, not not 26 miles, 13 miles. And yeah, it's just an important thing to, I think it was an important thing to mention because like people are going to think, oh, 26 miles. No, I ran 13 miles. So that's my experience of 13 miles. Yeah, I set the goal for myself, never take a break, just keep running as much as I can. And I didn't want to quit. Never. The only thing I really wanted to do is to like stop running and switch to walking. I would only switch to walking when I needed to pick up water from stations. The people that passing out you the water, I would pick it up. I would walk for like 10-15 seconds just to drink that water and just keep going right after it. Another thing that kept me going, which I'm probably going to talk about a little bit in the future, is that I really wanted to take a shit. I'm not even lying. Like, sorry for my language, but I really wanted to go to the bathroom. that's real issue. Like, especially the first like 6 miles, 5 miles, I really wanted to go. That was my motivation. Like, I'm just gonna get there and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I was running, but then that pain disappeared, and the other pain like appeared, which was a pain in my legs. Every time when I would slow down to pick up the water and start running again, it would be very painful. It would be painful comparing to just slowly keep running. So the main like thing that I kind of learned is that just keep running. because if you're gonna slow down, then it's gonna be really, really hard for you to pick up the pace and go back to like switch to running again from walking, because it's just painful. What was going through your head during the final mile? The final mile. Pain, and pain. Like my legs, they were numb. Like really, like I was trying to. I still had the stamina. I could breathe. My stamina, my breathing, everything was like okay. The shoulders, the back, everything was fine. My legs were dead. I saw these people were kind of going around me, trying to speed up. Like the last mile, they're trying to go as much as they could, and I was like, I'm gonna do the same thing, you know, like, oh, crazy, I'm in the movie now. I'm gonna show the best that I can. I'm not gonna let these people to this guy, 14 years old, freaking pass me like that. So I started to speed up too. Half a mile before the finish line, I would really speed up, and I was trying to go as hard as I could. I even have a picture where I just like go like, maybe I'm gonna show it right now, where I just go freaking ballistic, and I'm just like going through it, through the pain and everything. But I had to like kind of prepare my body for it. I was already at my limit. Body experience. What part of your body hurt the most? Legs. Obviously, legs, and legs. A little bit of lower back pain, but it's only applies to me because I have a chronic sort of lower back pain because of sitting behind the computer freaking 24/7. What was your nutrition and hydration strategy during the run? Nutrition strategy was, you gotta eat healthy, of course. Obviously, I was eating buckwheat. I was eating buckwheat and rice. Rice is not necessarily healthy, but it's better than the stuff that I usually eat. So boiled rice, boiled buckwheat, and chicken, and whatever beef I could find. Sometimes, of course, I would eat something fast food too. Like I wasn't fully on the board with not eating, like completely stop eating bad food. I was like, no. I'm gonna enjoy my time eating stuff that I want to during the process of training. Hydration strategy during the run. I think that's gonna be individual, to be honest. I cannot really say anything. Like every like 3 miles, I would grab a cup of water from those 8 stations. And I would drink just a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily drink the entire cup. I would take a few sips and then just continue, just because I felt like if I'm gonna drink the entire cup, I'm gonna feel bloated. Did you ever hit the wall? What did that feel like? No. Like sudden loss of energy. No. Like I was actually pretty good maintaining my speed. No, not my speed, actually. My stable pace. Not necessarily speed, but my pace. Like I would slow down occasionally. With more miles you go, the slower I was becoming. But I tried to keep my pace. Did you gross but real? What kind of question is this? Did you see anyone puke or pass out? No, I didn't. Though I've seen people kind of stopping completely, like they would run and just stop and just like and just losing it, basically. Like they just couldn't continue. That's it. Maybe they hit the wall. They probably hit the wall. Any bathroom horror stories? What kind of question is that? No. The worst thing that happened to me, I was afraid of that. My stomach is very interesting thing by itself. The one of the thing I was afraid of, that I will need to go number 2. And I was like, like I hope I'm gonna be okay. I hope I won't have that problem. Guess what? When I got there and we were like about to start to run, like 20 minutes, right? I actually wanted to go. And I was in those waiting for the line, waiting for the people to go to those basically transportable toilets, right? So anyway, yeah, I was waiting in the line to get to one of those. I wanted to take a number 2 to go number 2. Couldn't take it because it was about to my my marathon was about to start, a lot of people just suddenly, like, all the people that were on the lines to go to the bathroom, they're like, fuck it, just let's go. Like, there's no time. I was like, okay, let me just go inside, just do it super fast. I go inside, no toilet paper. I go to the next one that was open, no toilet paper. And I just give up. I was like, I won't be running with my ass full of shit. I was like, no way I'm gonna be doing that. No way. There's no choice. So I decided to, let's run and see how it's gonna go. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna go to the next aid station and just do it there. And eventually I decided to endure. So no, like, the only scary thing about bathrooms is there's no toilet paper if you want to go and use it. What weird things did you crave after the finish line? Weird things craving. Bed, sleep. It was in the morning. It was 5 a.m. I had to wake up actually even earlier. 4:30. Get there by 5:30. I was supposed to start at 6:10. And the only thing I was craving about is just to lay down, do nothing basically for the rest of the day. What surprised you the most about the experience? How hard it is? I actually work out, not actively, like not super actively, I would say, not like 2 times a week, sometimes 3, depends on how I feel. And I'm considering myself to be young and not me, like in a good shape. And it was surprised me the most is that I was wrong about myself, and I thought that I'm gonna recover just in a day or two. But the consequences of running was like I felt that for for more than 5 days. I had a knee cap pain, like, and I still have it actually. When I go down the stairs, I still feel it. The only thing that helps me is like when I stretch, when I run again, or I do some exercises. But now I feel it, and it's not a good thing. But I think it's just eventually gonna go away. Another thing that surprised me about the experience is that how beautiful it was. It was outside of the city. It was very natural-ish, like how beautiful it was. At some point, I was with my AirPods, and at some point I just took it off, and I was like enjoying the moment. Like in the movies, you like, oh, like people just stand and looking at its sunset or sunrise or whatever, like a beautiful moment. I'm not that kind of guy, but I saw like really beautiful scenery. Trees on the left, trees on the right, everything is green and covered in this mist. It was beautiful. And then there was a river. I looked down and there's a stream, and then it was also beautiful because of the mist, like the foresty area. Just crazy beautiful. And at some point we had to go, like at the end of we had to pass through the town. Half of the town was shut down, like it was closed for us to run, right? It's just empty streets. The mist is there still a little bit, and it felt like I was in Silent Hill game. I was at some point, the people in front of me, they were really, really far. The people behind me, they were really, really far, and I felt like at some point that I'm just by myself in that town. Would you do it again? Yes, I'm training. I took a huge break for a couple weeks, but I'm getting back to it. I'm running again. What advice would you give someone doing their first marathon? I have plenty. I'm gonna try to shoot them one by one, like bullet points, not going into too much detail. But you can, take notes, take it down, just write it down quick. Number one thing, don't do it. don't do what I did. Like, don't just give yourself a month of practice and thinking, well, everything's gonna be okay. Like everything's gonna be fine. I certainly don't regret it, but it's only because I was sort of extremely motivated to do it. At some point, it's not worth to go through the pain that I had to go through. I was kind of thinking positively that, okay, my practice could have been enough. It wasn't. I was physically, like physically incapable of doing a lot of stuff for the next couple of days. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you kind of, maybe you go to the gym and you train your legs every day. It might be actually easier in that case. Give yourself at least 2 months of practice. Second advice, diet. I didn't maintain the diet necessarily. I tried, and for the most, like half of, like 50, it was 50-50. Like there would be like 3 days I would eat okay, and then there would be like 1 day where I would eat just terribly, and then it could be 3 days I would eat terribly, and then it would switch to eating healthy. Basically, it was jumping back and forward. It was messy. I did my best, but I lost weight regardless, which is a good thing. The problem is that I sort of was gaining it back after eating not a healthy food. So yeah, healthy food, 100%. That's something you want to be on. Another thing, this is 100% true. I think it's gonna be for everyone. You gotta have good shoes. If you have some old, really stinky running shoes that like 3, 4, 5 years old, it might be a good time to get something better. Of course, if you tested them out, like you've been running in them and you feel comfortable in them, use them, because your shoes, but if you, again, like me, you didn't run before and you suddenly start running and you got the shoes that you think are better for running, go test them out, see if they're actually good. If you're gonna start preparing, and you have more than a month, you gotta take it slowly, step by step. Don't start running crazy. First of all, test your limit. I would say, by testing your limit, I'm not saying go and try to run 13 miles. See where you're gonna give up. It's not what I mean. What I mean is, go try to run outside. Just go try to run outside, and set yourself a goal to run like 2 miles, maybe 2 miles non-stop, and see what you can do with. Like, can you run those 2 miles non-stop? Is it good, bad? Like, it's really something that you can or cannot do, and then you switch to a little bit. Like, you start advancing, basically 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles. And of course, don't forget about increasing the amount of miles, obviously. Oh, do your research where you're gonna run. I knew that most of my running will be down the hill, and I still prepare myself for ups and downs, just in case. Like, if I'm gonna be running up the hill, down the hill, it actually matters, and there's different things you gotta do when you're running down or up the hill, like with your body. So I trained for both, running up and down, or on just flat too, of course. This is also an advice I heard a lot from other people, is that you gotta have a good lunch the day before. So like you eat around like 9-8 p.m. something really, really good, something high calorie food. Noodles, Panda Express, I would say maybe the best option. You'll probably want to eat something like that. Of course, don't be like a pig, and just like just eat the whole thing, push yourself. Like, no, eat a good amount, get those carbs and everything what you need, so you would have the energy the next day. In the morning, you want to have a light breakfast, super light, banana, boiled eggs. My preference it was, but you can maybe make small burrito, sandwich. Avocado sandwich is like, that's what I heard the thing to go. And make sure you're gonna have food after, of course, preferably something healthy, but substantial, like maybe Chipotle, I would say could be one of the best options. And the last thing, I guess, but not the least important, and is to go to the bathroom. That's like actually what I got unlucky with. Like, and I heard some people, they're fine, but sometimes they get unlucky. That's something you want to avoid to the best of your ability. Like, you have to somehow, like, I'm telling you, like, push yourself to go to the bathroom. Clear yourself from the leftovers in your stomach to make sure that you won't do like it won't happen to you the next day. You know, like it won't happen. Yeah, you gotta push yourself to make sure you go to the bathroom the day, preferably the next day when you go. And there's a lot of people, and you could potentially waste a lot of time. Okay, that's all. That's like everything what I could say. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know, like for the people that never ran before, I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the information that I provided. There's not that many advices I guess I get, like good advices I probably provided, because I didn't want to go to the technicality of things. You can easily Google stuff yourself. Like, let's say, one of the things I Googled, what should I eat? I already told you rice and buckwheat. That's what I did. What kind of breakfast I should have before? If there's other nuances that I should be aware of, like going to the bathroom. That's something you can learn yourself, just Googling and asking questions. That's a technicality. I don't want to go into it. There's just too much information about it. I read like someone gave me a book about running the marathons, and I read about it. So that's something I encourage you to do yourself. Like one very famous guy say, good luck, and you gotta carry the boats. You gotta carry those boats. Just gotta do it. Someone gotta do it. I did. You're gonna do it too. See you maybe next time when I'm gonna run my next marathon. I'm gonna give you updates on that one too. Be better. Stay tuned. See you next time.